Hello, good afternoon, and thanks for staying with us. This is the News Hour on Myba TV. I am Omogbehinmi at Deji. Here are the top stories making the headlines.
Are you looking for a perfect way to showcase your brand or events? At Myba LED Screen, we provide high-quality indoor and outdoor LED display solutions that guarantee visibility and impact for churches, event centers, political campaigns, weddings, and so on. Let's take a look into it. In a world where visibility is everything, your message deserves to stand out.
Blurry screens, poor brightness, and low quality display can keep you far behind. At Myba LED Screen, we deliver crystal clear visual, high brightness, and premium display solutions that capture attention instantly. Trusted by businesses, events, and brands that want to be seen. Call us today or WhatsApp us on these numbers.
Federal government targets 30 trillion naira mining sector expansion by 2030. Bandits threaten to kill oil pupils if troops came closer. Defense Minister. Nigeria-Ghana deepen bilateral maritime cooperation. Barcelona submits bid to Dortmund for Karim Adeyemi. Eagles suffer second defeat in China tournament. Now the news in details. The federal government on Thursday reaffirmed its ambition to expand Nigeria's solid minerals industry 25-fold to about 30 trillion naira, equivalent to approximately $21 billion by 2030, as reforms in the sector continue to attract fresh investments and significantly increase government revenue. The Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the SMDA, Fatima Shinkafi, made this disclosure while delivering the keynote address titled Building Nigeria's Solid Minerals Future, the Power of Academia, Government and Industry in Partnership at the Maiden Faculty of Physical and Earth Sciences Annual Lecture Series of the University of Lagos. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the spokesperson for the Solid Mineral Development Fund, Ido Jokpeibo. Speaking to academics, researchers, industry, stakeholders, and students, Shinkafi said Nigeria's mining industry remained one of the country's most underdeveloped economic sectors, despite possessing vast commercial deposits of more than 44 solid minerals spread across over 500 locations nationwide. She said Nigeria is richly endowed with more than 44 different minerals occurring in commercial quantities across 500 locations. This include gold, iron ore, lithium, coal, bitumen, barite, and precious gemstones. Highlighting the impact of the reforms, the SDMF board said government earnings from the mining industry has risen sharply within a short period. She stated the clearest proof sits in Federation's revenue. In 2023, the sector earned the Federation about 16 billion naira. In 2024, the figure rose to 38 billion naira. In 2025, it crossed 70 billion naira. That is growth of more than 337% in 2 years from the same minerals and the same ground governed differently. The national accounts tell the same story in real terms, with the price effect stripped out. The sector grew 33.5% in real terms in 2025, roughly 9 times the overall economy's 3.9% real growth. Shinkafi disclosed that reforms had also begun restoring investors' confidence, resulting in fresh capital inflows into the industry. And then in another news, bandits threatened to kill oil pupils if troops came closer. Defense Minister. The Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, has disclosed that the bandits holding pupils and teachers abducted from schools in Oyo State threatened to kill the captives if security forces advanced on their location. He explained that the kidnappers were using the children as leverage to secure the release of their commanders in military custody. The minister's comments came early 8 weeks after gunmen abducted 39 pupils and 7 teachers from Baptist Nursery and Primary School, Yawota, and 2 other schools in Eshinle in the Orire local government area of the state on May 15th. Speaking further on the measure to curb banditry and kidnapping, Musa backed the death penalty for perpetrators, saying weak laws had emboldened criminals. And then in other news, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency and the Ghana Maritime Authority have signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen bilateral maritime cooperation, enhance regional maritime governance, and promote the sustainable development of the blue economy across West Africa. The Deputy Director, Head of Public Relations at NIMASA, Osage Edward, announced this in a statement over the weekend. Speaking during the signing ceremony in Lagos, the Director General of NIMASA, Dr. Dayo Muberiola, expressed appreciation to Ghana for its support during Nigeria's successful re-election to the International Maritime Organization Category C Council, noting that the long-standing relationship between both countries continues to advance maritime development within the region. It stated that the MOU provides a practical framework for deeper collaboration in maritime safety and security, mutual recognition of certificates of competency, institutional capacity building, knowledge sharing, comparative research, joint enforcement initiative, and regional cooperation at international maritime fora. According to Moberiola, the partnership must be driven by measurable outcomes through a structured implementation process. The NIMASA DG noted that Nigeria and Ghana, as leading maritime nations in the sub-region, have a shared responsibility to shape the future of maritime development in West Africa and Central Africa. He added that the partnership should generate benefits that extend beyond other countries by fostering region and sub-regional collaboration capable of unlocking the enormous potential of the blue economy. Under the agreement, both maritime administration will establish a joint consultative team to develop action plans, coordinate implementation, and monitor agreed programs through designated focal persons. The JCT will meet twice yearly, with meetings hosted alternately by Nigeria and Ghana to review implementation progress, evaluate cooperation activities, and strengthen bilateral engagement. And now to sport. Barcelona submits bid to Dortmund for Karim Adeyemi. Barcelona have submitted an official bid to Borussia Dortmund for winger Karim Adeyemi. Transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano and Gerard Romero have reported. Romano, writing on X on Thursday, said negotiations between the two clubs were ongoing, with Adeyemi keen on a move to Camp Nou. Karim Adeyemi agreed terms with Barcelona. He added that Barca had made their offer and were awaiting Dortmund's decision. The move comes after Barcelona completed their signing of Anthony Gordon from Newcastle United, suggesting Hansi Flick's side are not done strengthening their attack this summer. Adeyemi, 24 years, missed Germany's World Cup squad through injury, but has remained a regular for the national team in recent years. The interest in Adeyemi comes amid uncertainty over Rafinha's future at the club. Barca Bloggery reported that the Brazilian World Cup campaign is now over, freeing him to consider a possible move to Saudi Arabia, and questioned whether Adeyemi's arrival could be linked to the club's plan for Rafinha. Dortmund are yet to respond publicly to the Barcelona's bid. And now, Eaglets suffer second defeat in China tournament. The Golden Eaglets suffered their second consecutive defeat at the Four Nation Invitation Tournament in China after falling 4-2 to Australia in an entertaining encounter in the early hours of Wednesday. Under coach Eboborise Uwejamore, the team is ongoing a rebuilding process after missing out on 2 consecutive editions of the Under-17 African Cup of Nations and the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. However, the 5-time FIFA Under-17 World Cup champions remained rooted to the bottom of the standing, having conceded 7 goals and scored 4 in their opening 2 matches of the competition. Uwejamorere side opened their campaign with a disappointing 3-2 defeat to Tanzania and were hoping to bounce back against the Australians. However, the defensive lapses once again proved costly as the Jurors capitalized on several opportunities to secure a deserved victory. The result means Nigeria have now conceded 7 goals in just 2 matches, a worrying statistic for a side traditionally renowned for its attacking flair and successful youth development system. Despite their difficult starts to the tournament, the Golden Eaglets still have an opportunity to finish their campaign on a positive note when they face host nation, China, on Saturday. The match will provide the Nigerian youngsters with another valuable opportunity to gain international experience and test themselves against quality opposition. The tournament is serving as part of the Golden Eaglets preparations for this year's WAFU B Under-17 Championship, which will act as the qualifying tournament for the next year's Under-17 African Cup of Nations and is scheduled to take place in September. This is the end of the news hour on Myba TV. Thank you for staying with us. I am Omogbehinmi at Deji.
Myba TV, bridging the gaps.